Hello again everybody, this is MrNoobTubeGamer and today's video topic is going to be about cross-platform play. So is it possible that one day, sooner rather than later possibly, considering the news that was dropped on us a few days ago, which I'll get into later, is it possible for people on PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, Steam, any other online service to all be able to play with each other online? Is it possible? Will it happen? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. But first, I'm going to talk about what was in the beginning of the video. And yes, my dog passed away on Friday, March 11th, 2016. She was 10 years old. She wasn't a young dog. She was sick. She had a few problems. And on Friday, she was put to sleep. She had a lot of problems with moving around. She had a really hard time walking. She kept peeing and crapping all over the place, so she lost control of her bladder and everything. And also, she just didn't seem like she was enjoying life anymore. So we made the decision to put her down. My parents, I guess you could say, they're the ones who made the decision to put the dog down. But I agreed with it. I didn't really fight that decision too much at all, because it had to be done. So why am I mentioning this? Why does anybody give a fuck about my dead dog? Well, there's a point I'm trying to make here, alright? My dog was just high on life. She loved life. She loved life more than probably any creature I've ever seen in my entire life. She just loved life. She was full of love. She loved everybody she met. She was just very lovable. She had a big heart, and she was just so positive. She was never. She never looked. She was never like sad or anything. She was always happy, always, positive all the time. So the point I'm trying to make here is that, in honor of my dog, who was my best friend for over 10 years and who I miss so much, I'm going to try to be more positive on this YouTube channel. So I'm going to try to tone it down a little bit on the negative reviews and the negative feedback I have on certain games and whatnot, or certain news topics related to gaming. I'm going to try to tone it down on the negativity. Does that mean there will be no negativity at all? Probably not. Alright, I'm not going to make that promise that everything I have to say on my channel is going to be positive. But in honor of my dog, I'm going to try to stay more positive when I talk about video games, because people have a point when they say I'm overly negative on certain topics for no reason. So I'm going to try to change that a little bit. But rest in peace. You were a great dog, Winston, and I hope to see you another day. In the next life. Who knows? But anyway, with all that depressing shit aside, let's go on to the topic of this video. Will cross-platform play ever happen? Is it feasible? Will it happen? Well, and the news topic I was talking about that I mentioned earlier, right, was about 2 days ago, 3 days ago, Microsoft announced they have opened the door to allow cross-platform play. They originally did this allowing Windows 10 and Xbox users to be able to play with each other, especially with Rocket League. Right? And that's why I'm going to have Rocket League gameplay in this video, because it was the first, I wouldn't say, it's not the first cross-platform game that ever existed, but it's definitely the most notable one, I'd say, especially in recent memory. And that's kind of how the whole cross-platform, I guess, debate, or just discussion, or just, the whole idea that it can happen, that's how it started with Rocket League. Because to those that don't know, Rocket League was released last year, around the summertime, June, July. I can't remember when it exactly came out. I'm pretty sure it was June, but I could be wrong. All I know is that it came out last year. It came out on the PC, and it came out on the PS4. And on the PS4, you're able to play with PC users, with PC players. You can play with them. So when you're playing on the PS4 Rocket League, you're able to play with people on the PC. So when you're in a match, you never know. It could be someone who's on the PC and not on the PS4. Especially if they have like weird usernames. That's when you really know, like, if you're on the PS4 that the person you're playing against is on the PC. But regardless, that's not really what everyone's interested in. I'm just trying to give background, I guess. And then when it came out on the Xbox One, you were able to play with Windows 10 users. So people who have Windows 10 that bought Rocket League on Windows 10 can play with those who bought it on Xbox Live. And Microsoft has opened the door in the future, they say. It's an open invitation for developers, or, not developers, what am I trying to say? Other gaming networks to open the door for cross-platform gaming in the future. So everyone went nuts. Everyone went crazy, saying, oh, this means we're going to have cross-platform gaming. If you have Call of Duty on the PlayStation 4 and you also have it on the Xbox One, those two people can play with each other. Hold up a second. Okay, because we don't know if that's going to happen. It probably won't happen from just my point of view. If I had to speculate about what this means, it's probably going to mean that other PC networks will be playable, cross-platform play with Xbox Live. Maybe Steam will join, who even knows if they will allow it, and other, PC online services, they'll probably do it, but I don't think Sony would actually ever go through with that, because I think when Sony thinks about cross-platform play, they think of less money. And with Sony, money is pretty tight lately. They're not doing too well in terms of business. Without the PlayStation, Sony would probably be close to bankruptcy at this point. They used to be an electronics conglomerate. They had TVs, they had phones, they had laptops. Nobody buys those anymore. As a matter of fact, Sony's Vio laptop, Sony sold the Vio brand to another company. And I don't even know if Sony still makes phones anymore. I never seen a Sony phone at the phone store before. I never used a Sony phone in my life. I've never used a Sony television in my life. So I don't know if Sony still makes those things. Maybe they do, but they're probably not doing too well. I know I remember hearing that they had 3D TVs, but 3D TVs are pretty much dead at this point. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is Sony was a huge conglomerate in technology and electronics. But now all they seem to have is the PlayStation. So what I'm trying to say is that, will they really take a gamble and make less money? Because think about it. The chances of someone buying... the main reason people buy multi-platform games on a certain platform is because their friends play on it. Right? Everybody knows this. Everybody's had that happen to them before. Especially with games that pretty much revolve around playing online with your friends, like Call of Duty, other first-person shooters. Doesn't even have to be first-person shooters. It could be any other games. Co-op games, And the main driving factor for people choosing whether to buy it on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or hell, even the PC, is if their friends play on that certain platform. So if the whole multi-plat thing, if the cross-platform thing becomes open, and everybody can play with each other on any game, no matter what platform they're on, Sony's going to lose a lot more money. They're going to lose some money. They're not going to be able to make as much money as they did originally with the whole cross-platform play just being non-existent. So that's why I don't think it's going to happen. Let's say hypothetically it does happen, right? Let's just say hypothetically PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, they're all open, and you can play with each other no matter what gaming platform you're on. Hypothetically, if that does happen, you're still going to have timed exclusive content like with the Call of Duty map packs and the whole Destiny thing, right? You're going to still have time exclusive content because even though it's open to both networks, they want to still have you buy your game on that platform. So Sony's going to, try to keep having it where the map packs come first on Call of Duty. Because believe it or not, as stupid as it sounds, because to me it sounds stupid also, I have Call of Duty on the Xbox One. I pre-ordered in the Xbox One before the thing was announced that the map packs were coming first on the PS4. I didn't suddenly cancel my pre-order and be like, oh no, I want to buy it on the PS4. No, I didn't do that. I'm just like, whatever, I pre-ordered it on the Xbox One. I'm just going to buy it on the Xbox One. I'm going to play it on the Xbox One. I never really see that as a big deal. Timed exclusive content. It just never was a driving factor for me. But to other people, it's a huge factor. It's a huge factor. Everyone wants the whole thing of, being able to do something first, to play something first. Why do you think people are so obsessed with betas and alphas and, early access games? It's because the whole feeling of being able to play something early, to play something first, before other people can, it's a huge motivation for a lot of people. I think it's pretty much human nature to be able to do something first. It's like a huge deal, But at the same time, even though they can, use timed exclusive content and other things to try to motivate people to buy it on a certain platform, in the end, they'll still make less money than they would if they just kept their platforms locked. And they wouldn't be able to connect to each other. That's just what I think. Now, if you want my personal opinion on whether or not I would like cross-platform play, hell yeah, I'd love cross-platform play. I'd love for it to happen. But realistically, I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's going to ever happen. Not this generation, at least. I don't think it's going to happen. Would I love for it to happen? Sure. I have a lot of buddies that have Call of Duty on the PS4. I'd love to be able to play with them as well as my buddies on the Xbox One. To be fair, though, I've kind of been losing interest in Call of Duty, so, take it with a grain of salt, I suppose. But, yeah, I would love that. I would love that. Anyway, that's just what I have to say about cross-platform gaming, and if I think it's possible, if I think it can happen. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it can happen? Do you want it to happen? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later.